Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. We are live here tonight for the Thunder Valley 250 here with the Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series. We're jumping straight into qualifying action right here. On the track, it's the GOAT, Scott Rickard, out here in the 05 machine. He was quick time in practice. Can Scott get the job done here? Looks like he sets the pace here with a 14.28 top of the board for the GOAT, Scott Rickard. Meanwhile, Chad White out here onto the track puts down he's a 10th off pace here. Let's take a look. Fix some settings here. Chad White's complete. We got Dylan Grimm out here as well. But we appreciate you coming out here. This is, I believe, race number 2 of the playoffs. Don't have the playoff standings available for you tonight, but should be a good one. We appreciate you tuning in here. 250 miles here around Bristol Motor Speedway, the Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series. We got last season's points champion, Josh Robinson, out here qualifying. We're just kicking back, relaxing. We appreciate you tuning in once again. Be sure to click the like button, subscribe to the page. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Quit wasting your money on junk streaming services, because the only one you need is free. It's right here, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. If you got Netflix, don't need it. It's junk. Get rid of it. Unsubscribe. Hulu, same thing. Get it gone. Cut the cord. All you need, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. But we got the 5-car Trey Jackson out here getting up to speed. The nationwide 5-car of Trey Jackson out of Mayo, Florida. Seeing what he can put down for us. Looks like Dylan Hoffman out there into 3rd place with a 14.32. Looks like we got about 25 cars signed in here tonight for your Thunder Valley 250 here. Just a few races left after this week. Gavin Salyer out here, the ladies' man's brother, out of Richwood, Ohio. Well, I tell you what, his brother hitting the track right now. Griffin Salyer, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the ladies' man. From Ohio in the Hot Wheels 32 machine. Is the ladies' man going to be hooked up here tonight? Let's hop on board in the Hutchinson Motorsports cockpit view with the ladies' man, Griffin Salyer. Griffin going to roll the bottom. What's he got for the ladies? In front of a sold-out crowd, he smokes the wall. Salyer is junk. Going to be starting in the back. He ruined both his laps. Gavin Salyer, please report to the rear, because you are junk. We got the gambling man, Tom Ogle, out here out of Wooster, Ohio. Tell you what, I was out there practicing with these boys earlier. Tom Ogle, he was in my way. I would have set quick time if this 11 car was not so slow and holding me up the whole time. Meanwhile, the Colesburg, Iowan, Aaron Hale. Been a forgetful season for him. Aaron's been junk this year. Let's see if he can be any better. But 20 cars have hit the track here. We still got about 4 more that have not. That's probably going to be about it, though. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Quick time. Scott Rickard, top of the board, 14.28. The GOAT going to kick off from the front row on the inside. My pick to win it tonight, the GOAT, Scott Rickard, in that 05 car. So, we got about 30 more seconds here left before we jump into grid time action. Once again, we appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to click the like button on the video. Subscribe to the page. Because, folks, you're in for a good one here tonight. Hutchinson Motorsports TV bringing you the Thunder Valley 250 for the Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series. We're going to try and get some music set up for us here, folks. We are winging it here tonight. Don't have anything ready. There's no playoff standings for you. You're just going to have to figure it out yourself, folks. We don't do all that all the time. Sometimes we take it easy. And we're taking it easy tonight. Let's get some music playing. Find a good one here for your tonight's grid. That ain't a good one. I don't know most of these, folks. All kinds of new music here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV cutting no corners here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your starting lineup. Sorry about that. But here we go. Thunder Valley 250 Bristol Motor Speedway. Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series. Here is your starting lineup. On the front row, on the inside in the 05 machine, it's the GOAT, Scott Rickard. 2 is outside the 21 car. Ross Tatum, row number 2 on the inside, the 15. Dylan Hoffman. 2 is outside the 18. The ladies' man's brother, Gavin Salyer. Row number 3 on the inside, going to be the 5 car, Trey Jackson, who is outside last year's points champion, the 30, Josh Robinson. Row number 4 on the inside in the number 9 car, Zach Kreitz, who is outside, the gambling man, the 11, Tom Ogle. Row number 5 on the inside, the 17, William Duff, the 4th, who is outside, the 36, Chad White. Row number 7 on the inside, the 44, Kyle Bowling, 2 is outside, out of Iowa, the 25, Nate Lynch. Row number 7 on the inside in the number 7 machine, Kyle McCoy, who is outside, the 3, Christian Lawson. And the last row we're going to call out here, row number 8 on the inside, Aaron Hale in the 4, 2 is outside, the 23 of Dylan Grimm. And folks, if I didn't say your favorite driver, it's because they're junk. They're starting in the back. So you're going to have to take a look, figure out where they're starting themselves. Because we're about to get rolling here tonight. Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series action, 250 laps around Thunder Valley here in Bristol, Tennessee. Let us know in the chat, folks, who's going to win this thing here tonight. Front row going to be Rickard on the inside, Tatum on the outside. One moment, we're going to reload some paints here, folks. We're having some overlay problems. While we pace around here, one more lap, getting the 1 to green sign this time around, I believe. But the field is set here. Once again, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here on the season. Just a handful of races left before we crown another champion here tonight. Pace car probably going in this time. There's no telling, but here we're in front of a sold-out crowd here in Bristol, Tennessee. How about that? A Thursday night, and we sold the place out, folks. We're about to go green. Pace car is in. Field is set. Rickard on the inside. Tatum on the outside. Green flag in the air at Thunder Valley. Can these guys play nice here tonight, or are they going to junk it? Heading into turn 1, the GOAT, Scott Rickard, pulling away from the field. As we drop back a little bit through the field, currently Gavin Salyer sitting in the 3rd spot there in the 18 car. Our overlay is having serious problems here, folks. Meanwhile, Zach Kreitz sitting in 6th here. These guys are playing pretty friendly so far. Let's hop on board with this 9 car, Zach Kreitz. Currently rolling in the 5th spot here, trying to get a run on the outside line. He's got the gambling man, Tom Ogle, right in front of him. What does the Denver native of Zach Kreitz have? Looking to the bottom of Ogle. Meanwhile, looks like we got a battle for the race lead. New race leader, Ross Tatum out front. Look at the Hutchinson Motorsports blimp. As Ross Tatum leads the pack, what a beautiful view. We're cutting no corners here in Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Incredible. So Ross Tatum out front in that mellow yellow 21 car. The GOAT, Scott Rickard, giving up the race lead. But let's drop back a little bit. Josh Whitaker's gained 5 spots since the start of this race. He's up to 15. Oh, we got one in the wall, one sideways. The 23 has junked it. We're still green for now. Look, caution is out, folks. Let's see the replay. Dylan Grimm and Andrew Hess are junk here tonight. Here's a replay. So there's Josh Whitaker there. You see the 23 in front of him. Oh, the 23 just flat out dumps the 32. 32 gets into the wall. And it looked like Andrew Hess is involved as well. Not sure where he hit. Let's find out. Overlay is lagging a little bit, but we're under caution here. So there's Andrew Hess there in the 54 car. Not too bad. Gonna have some right front damage. Boy, Andrew Hess just cannot catch a break lately. Tell you what though, Andrew Hess, one thing I learned about him, for some reason, he does not like Italians. Honestly, it's incredible. Never seen anything like it. But Ross Tatum out front, your new race leader. We're here, lap number 8. Let's see who's wanting to go down pit road, fix their junk race cars. Here comes a Hess Gasoline 54 car. Ladies and gentlemen, that car is junk. Andrew Hess to the pits. But looking at the board here, Tom Ogle in the 3rd. Gavin Salyer 4th. 5th place goes to Zach Kreitz. So top 5, not much has changed here. As we're pacing around, see if we can pull anybody in for an interview. Tom, Blake up in the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, how's that car feeling right now, sitting up there in 3rd spot?
Well, it's better now. I qualified terrible. I was not as fast as Blake's streaming service. So I'm just trying to get back to the front. Going to ride here for a while and hopefully gain some spots.
Yeah, you know, it looks like you following me in practice has really helped you out, and you found some speed ever since you followed my line.
Yeah, you know what? That is the key. That's an unfair advantage for anyone that gets to experience it. You'll be as fast as Hutchinson Motorsports TV.
Hey, well, it's good to see. Hopefully you can keep that thing rolling. Best of luck for the rest of this one, Tom.
Right, thank you.
There's Tom Ogle in the 11 cars. The field is set. He's sitting in 3rd right now, but in front of him, he's got a tall task if he wants to pass our race leaders, because he's got the GOAT Scott Rickard on the inside of him, and then our race leader, Ross Tatum, on the front row outside. Looks like we're going green this time around. Heading into lap number 11. We got 250 of them here. For the Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series, you got the pace car heading in, getting out of the way. Field is set. We are green here at Thunder Valley. Heading into turn 1. Ross Tatum out front, holding on to the race lead. Meanwhile, Ogle trying to hold off the 18 car. You heard it from Tom. He learned a lot following me in practice. Well, I tell you what, in practice, he didn't have any speed at all. But as soon as he learned my line, he was flying, and he might win this race now, folks. But we still got Ross Tatum out front trying to hold off the 05 of Rickard. Ogle into 3rd. 4th place looks like it's the 15 now. Dylan Hoffman making his way through the field. We got a 3-car battle for 3rd between Hoffman, Salyer, and Kreitz. One thing we learned about Gavin Salyer, sometimes he burns up them tires early, that 18 car. So hopefully he can keep the pace. But we'll keep an eye on him. He's been passing a lot of cars here last few weeks early on in these runs. But we're bumper to bumper out front. Let's hop on board with this 11 car, see if we can figure anything out. Right in front of him, the GOAT Scott Rickard in that 05 Ally Bank car. While the race leader, Ross Tatum, continues to lead out front. Ogle looking to give a little bump and run to the 05. Still bumper to bumper, nothing changing, but it looks like a battle for the race lead has developed. Meanwhile, Salyer pinned down on the bottom as he falls back into 5th spot. 6th spot. But let's look through the field here. Let's check out our Hutchinson Motorsports battle for last. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is running dead last. It's last season's points champion, Josh Robinson. Boy, that Micro Center 30 car is junk here tonight at Bristol. He is in dead last. Boy, let's hop on board and see what he's doing wrong. Is he even flooring it? I don't even think he's flooring it, folks. Josh Robinson is scared to death out here at Thunder Valley. I tell you what. Thunder Valley, it is a man's track, and Josh Robinson looks a little scared here tonight. So we jump back up here. Looks like Ben Shepard, good run for him, sitting in the 14th spot. Ugliest font on the track. He's got the Arial font, number 69 car. As we go through the field, Josh Gratton's your Hutchinson Motorsports hard charger here. He's gained 10 spots since the start of this race. That number 8 car is flying, and he's looking to pass another one as he's sitting in the 13th position right now. Let's hop on board with that number 8 car. You see a jam log in front of him here, cars. See if he can figure something out. Looks like he's going to fall on the line for now. But we head back up front here. Ross Tatum still your race leader, and it looks like Ogle on the outside line going to take over the second spot. Ogle in the second, and here comes the 15 of Hoffman taking over third. We're on board with Dylan Hoffman. Oh, shipping it in there. Almost flat out jumped the 11. So the GOAT, Scott Rickard, falls back to fourth here. See if he can get up to the top. Seems like the top's the preferred line, but Rickard is really liking the bottom for some reason. Ogle looking to challenge your race leader, Ross Tatum. Is Tatum still out front? Tatum committed to that top line. Ogle trying to dime in the corner, getting underneath him down the straightaway. Heading into turn 3, door to door. Ogle looking to take over the race lead. Coming out of 4 at the line, it's going to be close. Ogle leads that lap. But Tatum still right there. Door to door coming out of 2. Ross Tatum taking back the race lead. Boy, that outside line just has so much more speed here than the bottom. Ogle looks to be pinned to the bottom here. Looks like he's going to lose a spot here possibly, as a 15 gets to his outside. So Ogle tries to make the pass for the race lead, and it's going to cost him a spot, as Hoffman on his outside looking to take over the second spot. One caution so far early on. The 23 of Grimm just flat out junked somebody earlier. Let's see how Dylan Grimm's doing here. Currently sitting in the 16th spot. Oh, look who's behind him. That's the guy he just junked. That's the 32, that ladies' man, Griffin Salyer. Let's see if Griffin wants to do some payback here. Boy, if I'm in that 32 car, I send it in there and I junk that 23 for turning me early on. Let's hop on board. Here's the ladies' man. Boy, I tell you what, the ladies absolutely love this guy right here. The 32 of Griffin Salyer. Whenever he doesn't attend a race, our ratings are way down because the ladies just don't want to watch. They're only here for one thing, and that's to see the ladies' man wheel that 32 Hot Wheels car. But we jump back out front. Ross Tatum, still your race leader, as we head into lap number 34 here shortly at Thunder Valley. No stage breaks here tonight. Just nothing but non-stop action here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, was #1 streaming service. How about this sold-out crowd? Let's jump up to our eyes in the sky. There's the sky cam right there. That's actually a view from outer space, ladies and gentlemen. We are zoomed in from outer space. Look at these crystal clear cameras. Incredible. But let's switch it up. Go to the blimp. There's a Hutchinson Motorsports blimp. What a beautiful view of this racetrack. Not a single open seat tonight. Standing room only here for the Thunder Valley 250, because these fans love their Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series. You know, I was out there in the stands before the race started here. I was talking to these great fans. I said, what makes this race so fun to attend? Why do you want to be here on the Thunder Valley 250 on a Thursday night? They said, you know what, Blake? The real answer to that is we want to be on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. It's the world's #1 streaming service, broadcasted worldwide in front of every single country out there. It is their dream to be here on the Hutchinson Motorsports TV streaming service. Well, folks, their dream has come true because they are watching it live here, the Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series. So we're going to switch it up here. Let's hop on board to the left rear suspension cam of your race leader, Ross Tatum, out front. Ross Tatum trying to hold off the 15. Dylan Hoffman looking to get to the back bumper. But here comes the GOAT, the 05, Scott Rickard. Can he make the pass? Door to door in a battle for second. What does the GOAT have up his sleeve? We're on the right front suspension cam of the GOAT, Scott Rickard. Boy, that outside line just gets such a big run coming off the corners. Heading into the corner, it looks like he'll make the pass, but down the straightaway, not so fast. Hoffman holding him off. So Tatum continues to lead this race. As we jump through the field, your hard charger, still Josh Gratton, sitting in the 14th position right now. Folks, we got a new car in the Hutchinson Motorsports battle for last. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Italian Hayden 54, Andrew Hess out of New Lenox, Illinois. Andrew Hess running dead last. Congratulations, Andrew. Let's hop on board with that slow 54 car. Aaron Hale looks like he just decided to pit under green. Josh Robinson still putting around this track here. Not sure what his plan is other than going slow. So meanwhile, Tom Ogle looks like he's going to give up the third spot and drop back to fourth. So how about Gavin Salyer, the ladies' man, brother, up to third. Ogle dropping fast. He's back to fifth. So the Snap-on 18 car up to third meanwhile, while Scott Rickards still sits in second. Getting into the wall here just a bit for that 18 car. Meanwhile, Josh Robinson still putting around the track. Boy, he started all the way up in sixth spot, and here he is running 21st and not looking fast at all. Junk. Speaking of junk, here's the number 36 car, Chad White, currently sitting in the 10th spot. Well, I tell you what, Chad White, nobody wrecks more than that 36 car, Chad White. We are just waiting for him to get junked by somebody. Who's willing to do it? Who's going to quarter panel that 36 Havoline car? Not happening yet. But we head back up front. Ross Tatum, still your race leader, trying to hold off the GOAT, Scott Rickard. Tatum stuck up there to the top. Looking good here tonight as we go through the field. Looks like our fastest lap of the race appears to be your race leader, Ross Tatum, 14.51. So our tire fall off here, they've already dropped off about 0.7 of a second. His last lap was a 15.2. So within 50 laps, you got 0.7 of a second tire fall off already. Going to be interesting to see when these guys elect to come down pit road. I would assume they need to pit twice, but you never know. If they need to pit twice, that's going to bring them in around lap 100 or so. 70 to 100, just depends how long they want to stay out. So we're going to drop back a bit here. Ogle's still sitting in the fifth spot for now, but here comes Lawson in the 3 car, right to his back bumper. Ogle is struggling. He might have burned his tires up a little early. Well, he's trying to drive my line, but sometimes you just can't handle that line. It's hard on tires if you don't know what you're doing. So Lawson's still sitting in the 6th spot here, but we got a battle for third as Salyer's trying to hold off that 9 car, Zach Kreitz. Boy, we had some drama early on in the season. Zach Kreitz and the Grattons. Todd Gratton, not a fan of Zach Kreitz. Used to root for him every week in the chat. Never roots for Zach anymore. But we got Hayden in the chat. I believe that's it's either Griffin or Gavin Salyer, one of the two, I think. Somehow they're on their phone while they're racing. Who knows? But we're already here on lap number 56 out of 250 here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service, folks. We're going to take a short break, but don't you worry. We're going to go Hutchinson Motorsports TV side by side. You're not going to miss a lap. We're going to get the music playing, and we'll be back here shortly. Once again, be sure, click the like button on the video, subscribe to the page. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We'll be back in a jiffy. like we got some guys pitting early here. But Ross Tatum still out front trying to hold off the GOAT, Scott Rickard, as he's running down your race leader. Gap is about 0.7 of a second between Rickard and Tatum. Let's hop on board with the GOAT, the 05, Scott Rickard. We're in the Hutchinson Motorsports cockpit view with Scott Rickard. Can he run down your race leader? What does he have up his sleeve? Tell you what, folks, I learned this about Scott Rickard one time. There was an Xfinity race, and Scott Rickard was driving a mini stock, and he ended up winning that thing. And the funny thing is, folks, we were at Talladega, so Scott Rickard can wheel absolutely anything. This man, he is called the GOAT for multiple reasons. I didn't make that up, folks. That has been an earned nickname throughout the entire community. Scott Rickard, wheeling and dealing, the Ally 05 car. He's the GOAT. Looks like Kyle Bolin just junked his race car and pulled it into the pits. Let's see what happened. We're still green, by the way. Hang on here. Getting there we go. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Don't know what's going on here, folks. Let's rewind it. Hang on. Oh, no. It said he jumped to the pits. Well, I guess he didn't. Who knows? So we're going back live here. Ross Tatum still out front. Scott Rickard in second. Race lead hasn't changed much. Our overlay having some serious issues. I tell you what, SDK software is junk tonight, folks. See how laggy it is? This is incredible. Never seen anything like it. Believe it or not, I pay for this service. Who's the clown? But Ross Tatum still out front. The GOAT, Scott Rickard, unable to reel him in any. Gavin Salyer, how about him sitting in third still? That 18 car hooked up here tonight. The Mac Tools Snap-on 18 car looking good here tonight. Let's hop on the Hutchinson Motorsports right front suspension cam with Gavin Salyer, the ladies' man's brother. Boy, that 18 looking good, but I'll tell you who doesn't look good. That's his brother, the ladies' man, Griffin Salyer. Boy, he's running all the way back in 21st. The Hot Wheels 32 car is slow. Bad news for the ladies at home. Hopefully they still stay tuned in to this race, though. Overlay not playing along here. Hang on here, folks. Working on some problems here. We're going to go back on break here, see if I can fix some of this. But we'll be back shortly. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, Thunder Valley 250. Ross Tatum, still your race leader out front. We'll be back shortly. Be sure to like and subscribe to the page. World's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Looks like we fixed our problems, folks. We are back from Break Stars and Stripes. Thunder Valley 250 here, heading into lap 100. Ross Tatum still out front, but folks, here comes the GOAT. Scott Rickards got the race lead down to 0.3 of a second. What is he doing differently? I think it's all about saving the tires early on. We got some lap traffic coming up here. When are these guys going to pit? Looks like they might be able to make it to the halfway point. Make it a one-stop race. So Scott Rickards still reeling in your race leader. You see right in front of him is the 21 of Tatum out front. Here comes some lap traffic. Are they going to play friendly? Tatum's going to need to get through quickly here. Let's hop on board your race leader, Ross Tatum, as he enters lap traffic. He's got the 8 of Josh Gratton in front of him, as well as the 4 of Aaron Hale. Going to go outside. Hale going to let him go. Aaron Hale's got that junk right front, it looks like. So Tatum gets around the 4 easily. Let's see if he can do the same with the 8. Rickard looking to take advantage of any mistake he can. But we're entering lap 105 here at Thunder Valley. We're almost halfway done here shortly, folks. In the battle for the race lead here. Any second, you're going to see that 05 pull up underneath the 21 of Tatum. It's looking. The Hutchinson Motorsports gyro cam, best gyro cam in the business right here. World's #1 gyro cam, honestly. We're on board with your race leader, Ross Tatum. You see his tack there. Look at the banking here of Thunder Valley. Short track racing, but the high banks. Looks like the 05 of Rickard losing some ground here. Let's pull up your Hutchinson Motorsports pit strategy board, the best pit strategy board in the business. As you see, all your race leaders still have not pit. Here's the time delta. No clue what any of that means. Take a look at it. Then we got the Hutchinson Motorsports dashboard right there. You got your mile per hour. Tatum getting down to about 100 miles an hour in the corner. As looks like bumper to bumper here for the race lead. Oh, we actually got a new leader somehow. Josh Robinson. I didn't even see that happen. So Josh Robinson, your new race leader. No clue how that happened. Has there been a pit cycle we missed? Pull up your pit strategy board once again. This says they haven't pit, but hell, who knows? Who knows, folks? I wasn't paying attention, but apparently Josh Robinson's your race leader, but Ross Tatum going down pit road right now. Tatum taking 4 fresh tires. Got that 21 car jacked up. The mellow yellow 21 machine, Ross Tatum. Let's see when Scott Rickard wants to come down pit road. You don't want to wait too long. Although it wouldn't hurt to wait till that halfway mark of 125 if possible. We got the 32 car. Griffin Salyer, he's unlapping himself here. As we look through the field, your hard charger currently Jason Gratton in that 46 car. He has passed 14 cars since the start of this race. He is up to 4th, folks. For you math wizards at home, started in 18th, up to 14th. But a pretty clean race here so far. One early caution, but we've been clean and green ever since. We're approaching the halfway point. As we're currently in a pit cycle here, just waiting for our race leaders to come down pit road. So Josh Robinson, early on, he looked like junk, but he was just saving his tires all along. Out here playing chess with all these kiddos. How about it? Josh Robinson in a 30 car. So we look through the field here. Not too many battles going on here. We got Kyle McCoy duking it out right now with Christian Lawson in a battle for 7th spot. Good to see Kyle McCoy back here on a weekly basis. He went in a hiatus there for a while. Boy, driving that good-looking Iowa State 7 car. Tell you what, Kyle McCoy knows his Iowa football teams. Iowa State much better than Iowa football. Well done, Kyle. Cyclones, just a superior team. Superior school, just everything about them just better. I will say, though, folks, if you ever need a good nap during the football season on a Saturday afternoon, watch an Iowa football game. Boy, I tell you what, that'll put you to sleep. If you love punting, Iowa football is your thing. So Josh Robinson's still out front, and folks, he's out front by 4 seconds right now. Saving his tires early on, looked to work. But we got Chad White sitting in the, where is he? Chad White in 16th spot. Car's junk. Zach Kreitz going down pit road. Here comes the Napa 9 car out of Denver. Zach Kreitz. Gonna get him some fresh Goodyears, some Sunoco fuel, and get back out there. Looks like a Lawson gonna come down pit lane. Oh, and the 32 just jumped the 17. I think we're still green. Oh my, let's see the, I want to rewind, but I'm scared that our overlay is going to mess up. We're going to do it anyways, folks. We're going to rewind it here a lap or two. It's like the 17 just got jumped. Oh no, he came down. So here's the 17. You got the 32 down there low. So the 17 going in, comes down, and jump. We're still green, by the way. So that's an unfortunate move there for William Duff. We're going to try to refresh here, go back to live. Oh, looks like it worked this time. So meanwhile, we're still clean and green. Josh Robinson, your race leader, out front by 6.2 seconds. Honestly, I'm shocked. Robinson's saving tires early on. I did not think he'd be able to put on this big of a gap. Jason Gradden up to the 2nd spot. Meanwhile, they're 3 wide here. Boy, you're seeing some serious passing with some of these guys with fresh tires out here. There's a big difference in lap times. Your race leader on old tires, Josh Robinson, running 15.6. Josh Gradden in second, 15.8. These guys on fresh tires running 15.0s to 15.2s. Actually faster. Yeah, 14.97 for Josh Gradden last lap around. So you got quite a big difference here between fresh tires and old tires. We're over halfway down officially. So these guys could be coming down anytime here down pit road. As we pull out your Hutchinson Motorsports pit strategy board. Salyer pit 38 laps ago. And then we got Tatum pit 20 laps ago. Everybody else has yet to come down pit road. So Robinson out front by 8 seconds right now. Wow, he's pulling away. Gotta feel good if you're the 30 car Robinson. If this thing stays green, I don't think anybody can catch him. He'll be sitting pretty here on tires. So Scott Rickard in second. Then we got Gavin Salyer third. While Kyle McCoy sitting in the 4th spot. And then our pole sitter, Ross Tatum, in the 5th. But here comes McCoy down pit road. The Iowa State number 7 car. Race leader Josh Robinson coming down pit road this time around. So here comes your race leader. Looks like Scott Rickard's down pit lane as well. So Gavin Salyer going to take over the race lead here shortly. Let's hop on board with your new race leader, Gavin Salyer out of Richwood, Ohio. Good run so far for the 18 car of Gavin Salyer, the ladies' man's brother, leading this race. See if he can baby them tires. He's going to have to still pit one more time. But he did pit earlier on. So Ross Tatum on a different pit strategy here than that 30 car. So Robinson coming out of the pits, he goes a lap down to the 21. That's basically who he's going to be racing. So Ross Tatum basically a lap ahead of that 30 car. We're going to see what the strategy is here for Josh Robinson, if he's going to save them tires a bit like he did the first run, or if he's just going to send it. But currently in third place, how about the 25, Nate Lynch, who has recently developed a sickening gambling addiction. Oh, into the wall. The 25 just smoked it. But, folks, it's sad to see. You see the 25 and Nate Lynch losing bets every week, having to sell his family heirlooms to try and fund his gambling addictions as he continues to hit the wall just about every corner. But then we got Josh Whitaker in the 4th spot. After starting at 20th, Josh has to be feeling good. Zach Kreitz, the 9 car, up to the 5th spot here. Good run so far for that 9 car, Zach Kreitz. Uh-oh, Christian Lawson towed it into the pits. Not sure what happened to that 3 car, but Lawson had a decent run going. Not anymore because, ladies and gentlemen, the 3 car of Christian Lawson is junk. Fastest lap of the session just turned by the gambling man, the 11. Tom Ogle putting down a 14.45. Fastest lap of the race so far. Currently sitting in the 7th spot. Tom Ogle looking to make a move towards the front. As we pull up your pit strategy, looks like the only car that hasn't pit at all, Nate Lynch. Salyer on 51 lap old tires. Ross Tatum 33 laps on his. And here we got Tom Ogle who pit just 15 laps ago. So you got to keep an eye. We know Josh Robinson, he's got them fresh tires. He'll be one to watch. Ogle's got pretty fresh tires as well. And then Zach Kreitz, only 22 laps on his. So going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. We got just about 100 laps left to go. Jumping back out front, your race leader, Gavin Salyer out of Richwood, Ohio, rolling the top. But Ross Tatum starting to reel him in. There goes the gambling man, Tom Ogle, unlapping himself. Ross Tatum, that 21 car, he is in second, though. About to take over the race lead as Gavin Salyer is struggling, getting into the wall. There goes Tatum down the bottom, going to take it over. New race leader, Ross Tatum, your pole sitter, out front in the 21 car. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a Hutchinson Motorsports Crank It Up. Cover your ears, it's about to get loud. We're going to go down trackside, listen in to the engines roaring. Hutchinson Motorsports Crank It Up. Always good to hear these cars go trackside here. That was supposed to be louder, folks. I turned up the wrong slider, by the way. But here we are nonetheless. Ross Tatum looking good out front. Currently sitting in the 4th spot. See if he can get that thing back out front to the race lead. But Ross Tatum, currently your race leader, he's got about a 6.5 second gap on that 18 car, Gavin Salyer. He's going to need to come down pit road because he is struggling right now in that 18 car. So there's Tom Ogle currently in 5th, right behind Robinson. See if he can figure something out and stay on that back bumper of that 30 car. We're on board the 11 car, Tom Ogle. Good run for him so far, sitting in 5th spot. But we see Gavin Salyer dropping like a rock, just a matter of time before these two get around that 18 car. Folks, be sure to click the like button on the video, subscribe to the page, put a comment. Who's going to win this thing? I thought the GOAT Scott Rickard would have something for him, but he's letting me down. Currently running in 7th. The 05 Scott Rickard, the GOAT, is struggling here at Bristol. Meanwhile, the ladies' man, Griffin Salyer, currently running 20th. Boy, 32 car is junk here at Bristol. Race leader getting around the Salyers. Couple of roadblocks right now. The 32 of Griffin Salyer and his brother in the 18 is in the way up there up top. Oh, we got one swerving. Folks, we're about to see a wreck here. We got guys on old tires in the way as the 69 of Shepard looking to junk it. We're going to stay tuned right here. The GOAT Scott Rickard finally getting around that slow 32 car. So we jump back out front. Ross Tatum still leading this race. 85 laps remain here at Thunder Valley. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the Thunder Valley 250 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Been a good one so far. Can Tatum hold off the field? It's not over yet. Long way to go here. We know Josh Robinson's the fastest car on the track right now. Folks, Robinson's gaining half a second on your race leader every single lap. Currently, Robinson's about 9 seconds behind your race leader. But his last lap was a 14.96. Your race leader, Tatum, 14.51. I'm sorry. That's the wrong thing there. His last lap was a 14.96. Tatum's last lap was a 15.42. So that's about half a second difference here. As Tatum continues to reel him in, Zach Kreitz still sitting in 2nd for now. He is gaining a little bit of ground on the race leader, but it's a matter of time before Robinson catches him. Honestly, if you're Ross Tatum out front, there's too many laps left. You're going to need a caution. That fresh tire difference is just too much for him. Big jam here right now. Your race leader trying to get around some lap cars. The 21 of Tatum going to roll the bottom. But he's got the rolling chicane in front of him as the 25 stuffs the 18 into the wall. Nate Lynch down to the bottom. Smokes the wall as he's still rolling. Caution was almost out. I think we're still good. Man, Nate Lynch and Griffin Salyer getting into it. I'm sorry, Gavin Salyer and Nate Lynch getting into it. Boy, that 25 car, he's junk right now. He's going to have to come down pit road. Boy, your race leader narrowly avoided that one. But we're still clean and green here at Bristol. Folks, I say it every single week. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. It's the only streaming service you need. Quit wasting your money on junk services. You don't need them anymore, folks. The world's largest library of racing. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. If you got Netflix, unsubscribe. You don't need it. Hulu, it's junk. Get it gone. YouTube TV, waste of money. You don't need any of them, folks. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, it's free, and it's the world's #1 streaming service. So we're going to drop back here. Tom Ogle up to the third spot while Josh Robinson in second. Ogle keeping pace with Robinson for now. As they continue to reel in your race leader, that gap is down to 5 seconds, folks. It was just 9 seconds about 20 laps ago. Looks like Robinson and Ogle running 15.12 lap times while your race leader running 15.5s. So a 4/10 second difference here between our second and third place cars and our race leader. The GOAT, Scott Rickard, trying to figure something out. He's going to need a little bit of help. Get back in this one. Dylan Graham, after being involved in an early caution, worked himself up to 7th. And we got Trey Jackson in the 5 car. Day for him, but he's running top 10, sitting in 8th. Chad White running a solid 9th here so far. Hasn't junked it yet. So Tatum still out front. Gap down to 3.5 seconds. Robinson and Ogle are reeling them in quick. Plenty of time left for them. Looks like we only have 8 cars on the lead lap, it appears. Maybe less. 7. 7 cars left on the lead lap, I believe. Long green flag runs are going to do that. We got a handful of guys battling it out here for the win. How about Jason Gratton? Good night for him so far, sitting in 4th place. Started all the way back in 18th. The 46 of Jason Gratton has been willing that thing here tonight. Boy, look at that race lead just dropping off every single second. Down to under 2 seconds. So, folks, we're going to take a short break here. We'll be back here in a bit. Don't you worry, you're not going to miss a lap. We're going to go Hutchinson Motorsports TV side by side. As we return back from break, Josh Robinson's taking over the race lead, and he is starting to put it on him, out by about 3 seconds right now. We got a couple different pit strategies here around the speedway. We saw Ross Tatum came down pit road for a second time, so he's going to try to pit an extra time, see if those fresh tires can come through. He got a lot of ground to make up, though. Ross Tatum's going to need to unlap himself. You see the race leader right in front of him. He's going to have to unlap himself and then get all the way back around here with just 40 laps left to go. The difference in lap times right now, Ross Tatum's running 14.70, race leader 15.37. Not sure there's enough time left. Gonna be interesting to see what happens here. Tatum's gonna need to get through a lot of lap traffic. We got one in the wall. Hess goes sideways. Are we still green? Andrew has junked it. He's still rolling. We're still green here at Thunder Valley. There's the 54 of Andrew Hess. Lost it there briefly. Boy, Robinson's happy to keep it green because if there's a caution, he might be in trouble because Tatum has those fresh tires. Going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Ross Tatum has unlapped himself. He's 14 seconds behind the race leader. If he can do half a second every lap, he should have just enough time, but it's going to be tough getting through all the lap traffic while reeling them in like that. So here's Ross Tatum. Can he continue to put down quick lap time? Let's hop on board. Currently sitting in the 6th spot, Ross Tatum. Last lap, 14.90. Race leader, 15.47. 0.6 of a second. I like this call from Tatum. I think it was the right call. If he stayed out there, he was toast. Hitting an extra time, putting himself an extra lap down. Might be the right call because we got some significant tire fall off here tonight at Bristol. But meanwhile, Tom Ogle sitting in second, 3.5 seconds behind your race leader. Jason Gratton in third. The GOAT, Scott Rickard, fourth. And then Zach Kreitz rounding out your top 5 here. Pulling up your Hutchinson Motorsports pit strategy board, best pit strategy board in the business. You see Ross Tatum, he's the only car that elected to pit that second time. It's too late now for these guys to do so. So Tatum did it right at the right time. I like his chances here tonight, folks. Even if he's got to get through a lot of lap traffic, I think he's got enough time to do it. He needs this thing to stay green, though. A caution really doesn't help him because he's going to have to come down pit road again with everybody else if there's a caution. So coming to lap 220 here tonight. Ross Tatum on the fresh tires, 11 seconds behind your race leader. Does he have enough time? My calculations say yes, he does. But you never know till it happens. Scott Rickard, the GOAT, sitting in 4th right now. I think that's about all that 05 car has for us tonight. I thought he'd be battling for a win. But he's just going to have to take a top 5 here tonight. Pretty good run for the GOAT. The gambling man, Tom Ogle. Couple of Fords out front. Robinson and Ogle. Robinson continues to lead this race. Only 5 cars on the lead lap as we have been green ever since about lap 25 or so. Maybe 50. Hell, I don't know. But Robinson's still out front. Really, his main competition appears to be Tatum. The lap traffic seems to be slowing Tatum down significantly. He's only gaining a couple tenths every single lap now. Let's see if Tatum can continue to notch down that lead. Last lap around 15.08. Robinson 15.46, so still doing about 0.4 of a second. Is that going to be enough? Just about 9 seconds behind your race leader. So Tatum making passes for position right now. These guys aren't going to pull over for him. Might slow him down a bit, but he's got such fresh tires, it's really not going to matter. Makes quick work of that 46 car, Grattan. So Tatum up to the 3rd position. We're going to hop on board here with Ross Tatum as he's the fastest car on the track. Getting around some lap traffic now. And then right in front of him there. Actually, who is that? That's not Tom Ogle. Oh, it's a 77. I thought that was the 11. So Tatum continues to cruise. Last lap, 15.17. Race leader down to a 15.90. Having some trouble here with some lap traffic. Race leader struggling to get around these guys, but he's going to have some clean air in front of the 69. They're 3 wide here. The lap cars are duking it out. 3 wide battle there on the front stretch. Boy, I tell you what, that's a battle for 18th, folks. These guys racing hard for 18th. Kyle McCoy, the Iowa State Cyclone number 7 car. If you can't win it, be the show. He is putting on a clinic out here running 18th. So we look back up to the field here. Ross Tatum, currently 6 seconds behind your race leader. He's running out of time, folks. Finally caught the back bumper here at Tom Ogle. He's got some serious lap traffic in front of him here in a bit. It's like the 11 of Ogle's going to let him by fairly quickly. Not helping out his teammate. Ogle does not challenge at all. His teammate Josh Robinson probably wanted him to try to slow him down a little bit. But Ogle says, hey, that's not my fight, pal. So Ogle falls back to 3rd. Tatum up to the 2nd spot. Does he have enough time to reel in your race leader? Getting around some lap traffic, says, later, loser, you're slow. Goes to the outside. Race lead down to 5.5 seconds. With just about 25, or not even, 15 laps left to go. I don't think it can be done, folks. I think the 21's going to run out of time here, folks. The laps are ticking away quickly. And he's still got some lap traffic to go through. While Robinson trying to get around the 17 as he stuffs it into the wall. William Duff's been out there. He's hit the wall more than anybody, I feel like. But we're looking through the field here. Boy, a good start for the Salyer brothers. But not anymore. Gavin Salyer back to the 10th spot. He was running top 3 early on. Not anymore. He's junked. So your race leader, still Josh Robinson. Only 12 laps left to go this time around. Still over 4-second lead for him. He's going to have to lose over half a second every lap. With the lap traffic coming up, I don't think that's possible. So Ross Tatum, he's going to have to get around these guys quickly if he wants to even challenge a race leader. 10 laps left to go. Unable to get around him. Looks like he is toast. This is Robinson's race to win with 10 to go. Letting the 7 car around him to unlap himself. Kyle McCoy in 18th. Putting on a show. Smoked the wall, it looked like. So Josh Robinson out front. Ross Tatum in 2nd. Tom Ogle 3rd. Followed by the GOAT, Scott Rickard. Here he is. There's the GOAT, ladies and gentlemen. Fan favorite. Fans love this man right here. Absolute wheelman. And then rounding out the top 5, Jason Grattan in the 46 car. Good run for Jason. Started all the way back in 22nd place. He's up to 5th. 8 laps left to go. Josh Robinson, early on, he looked like junk. He was running dead last there for about 40 laps or so. Then he just put it on him and just started passing everybody. Took over the race lead and just absolutely put on a clinic here tonight. Thunder Valley 250. As they're rolling past the start-finish line, 6 laps left to go. 17 car getting antsy. Duff the 4, see if he wants to junk the race leader. The Land Shark 17 car going to go underneath him, looking to make the pass. Race leader gets into the wall just briefly. Still up by about 3 seconds on Tatum. Four laps left to go. Robinson just wants to keep this thing green. Let's hop on board with the 30 car. Josh Robinson has absolutely dominated the back half of this race. A good pit strategy call for Tatum. Unable to be enough, though. Running out of time. But I still think it helped him out. I don't think he would have brought home second if he stayed out. Did the one-stop strategy. So just 2 laps left to go. Race leader Josh Robinson. Clear skies ahead of him. Wants to keep it green. Heading into 3 and 4. Coming to the white flag this time around. White flag in the air for your race leader, Robinson. No caution can come now. Looking good. Little bit of lap traffic in front of him, but not going to have to deal with it. Coming out of 3 and 4 for the final time, Josh Robinson. Checkered flag in the air. Robinson wins it here at Bristol. What a race there for the 30 car. Robinson puts on a clinic. Tatum made a good call there going down pit road. Ran out of time, but he's going to take home a second place finish. Tom Ogle in the 3rd. The GOAT, Scott Rickard, 4th. Josh Gratton's 5th. Then we got Grim, Kreitz, Jackson, Whitaker, and Salyer to round out your top 10. Pretty clean race here tonight at Thunder Valley. Just 1 caution early on in this one. We're going to watch Josh Robinson burn it down. We're going to get him up into the booth, do a quick little interview. Folks, be sure to click the like button on the video, subscribe to the page, throw a comment, do all that good stuff. World's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, bringing you this one live Thursday night racing. Let's get your race winner in here, Josh Robinson. Josh, Blake in the booth, you got me?
How's it going, Balake?
Hey, it's going good, but not as good as you. Early on, looked like you were pretty slow out there saving tires, but you put it on them here and parked it in victory lane tonight.
Yeah, you know, just kind of the nature of what I was doing at the beginning of the race. I kind of had to save my equipment because I started in the pits, and I think you know, I was just doing it because that's where I was, and there was no sense to go, and that worked so darn well in that first run, and I got really lucky that we didn't have any cautions. That I just continued that on that second run. Tom was doing a good job of keeping me honest and pushing me a little bit, and I'm surprised that happened.
Yeah, it just kind of seemed like you came out of nowhere, took over the race lead, and by the time the pit cycle started, you were up by about 9 seconds.
Yeah, you know, funny you say that, coming out of nowhere. That's how I felt too, because I was like, at the beginning of the race, Tom and Ricard and Ross, they were all showing up in my relative to lap me, and I let them get to like 6 seconds, and I was like, I better, you know, pull my head out here and do something. And so I picked up the pace, and I think saving my tires at the beginning of the run was super helpful. Some good racing. I seen some good side-by-side racing tonight. Some good give and take. And yeah, I am surprised that this turned out the way it did.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely going to help you in the point standings. I think you were in 5th place coming into the night with just 3 races left. How are you feeling about your chances?
Pretty good. You know, I said it before, this is a really tough league. There's 10 guys that could win on any given night, and all 10 of them are in the playoffs. So I think, you know, as long as you're within striking range, you're going to be able to take a shot at the season championship, and you're definitely going to have to earn it. Nobody's going to be able to coast here. It's you gotta work your tail off all laps.
Yeah, looking at the standings, I'm guessing it's probably going to move you into 2nd behind Grimm. It's going to be a tight one. How are you feeling about your chances at Charlotte next week?
Charlotte's a fun track. It's it kind of runs almost like a little bit like a super speedway, even though it's the most cookie cutter mile and a half that there is. But you can usually run two lines in the corners, and that usually invites some pack racing early on. So I'm excited to see how that goes. That'll be a lot of fun. And then I forgot to mention tonight. I thought everyone was going to do a one-stop race, and when I seen Ross pop down in pit with like 80 to go, I was at first like, huh, well, he must have a problem. And then I seen how fast he was when he came out of the pits and unlapped himself, and I was like, oh no, he knows something I don't.
Yeah, it seemed with about 40 laps left to go, it looked like he was going to be able to run you down, but it looked like by the time he hit about 15 to go, he really wasn't gaining as much ground anymore.
That was, what I did was I saw it in my relative. I saw him get his lap back, and then I was like, if I keep watching my relative, I'm gonna lose time because I'm paying attention to that. I just need to keep my eyes forward.
Yeah. Well, hey, it worked out for you. Able to pull out the win here at Thunder Valley. Good job out there tonight, Ross. And before you head out, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to you and the #1 streaming service on the planet. Shout out to all the guys that are doing, Nate and Brian with all the admin work they put into letting us run here. And then, thanks to everyone for coming out, having a good race. One caution at Bristol with 250 laps. That's pretty impressive with as fast as everyone is here.
Yeah, it was definitely much cleaner than I expected. But hey, congratulations. I'll let you head down, celebrate with your team. Congratulations, Josh.
Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. Josh Robinson, tonight's winner here at Bristol, bringing home the win. Gonna be 3 weeks left in the season. I think that's gonna move him into second place in the point standing. It's gonna be interesting to see how this one finishes. We're gonna be at Charlotte next week, followed by Auto Club, and then our finale at Phoenix. But folks, as always, we appreciate you tuning in here. World's #1 streamer service. You heard it there from Josh. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. But hey, till next time, we're going to be back Thursday night. Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series. The GOAT, Blake Hutchinson, signing out. Thanks for tuning in.